Hey guys, it's Metin Sudiger from theappdream.com. In this video, I'm going to be going through just a conversation I had with my first developer that I got during my first app, right? Everything was running smooth until this point. We had gotten back and forth maybe 5 or 6 times. There was a few bugs in the app, and so I made some changes. Went back to him, and he kept changing some things here and there, right? And there was some spelling mistakes and stuff that he kept making. So what I did was up to this point everything was good until he actually kind of got fed up and said that he wasn't going to give me my app to test until I provided him with payment. Just to let you guys know that this is not the general outsourcing practice. It's kind of the developer's responsibility, not responsibility, but it's common practice for him to give you something, you check it, and then you pay him, right? That's the general process with everything. And everything in life in general, like whatever you contract out, say it be your concrete or you're building a shed or something, you got to make sure that they've done the work and you've checked it, and that's it. And then you give them, then you release your funding, right? So in this case, he wanted to switch it over and say, "Hey, it's fine. Trust me. I'll give it to you, but you give me my payment first." And you're gonna get this a lot when you're outsourcing. You're gonna get people saying, "Oh, trust me, it's all good. You know, I'll just give me the payment first, and trust me, everything's gonna be fine." But do not ever succumb to that, because at the end of the day, we're not in a perfect world, and most likely, more often than not, it's not going to be the way that you want, and there's going to be small things you want changed here and there. You're going to be going back and forth many times. So anyway, so my response to that was what I wanted to point out in this in this video, was that I'm pretty polite with the people that work with me, because it's a two-way process. You got to make sure you're nice, and that's how it kind of works. But in this email, I was kind of stern, and I made it sure to him. I made it kind of clear to him that I was not going to take something like this. And I'm just telling you guys this not to show you how cool I am, but to to show you guys that you have to be stern sometimes, and don't be shy of it. Don't feel bad about it, because it is business. And at the end of the day, um, if if it's not that you're not polite, it's the fact that you're kind of getting something straight up. You're kind of defending yourself when being taken advantage of. And what I said was, that's not how ELANS works. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to kind of tell you guys the gist of things. I said that's not how ELANS works. We've stated this in the previous contract. I've told you how this is going to work. I have to check the app just in case there are some things I need to fix, and I told him that I do always pay my contractors and developers. You can check my history, and I have paid him his first installment before this email. And I also said, how can I believe the app is right before checking it out? And I said, this is wrong conduct, right? And I said, look, it's give me the app, and I'll pay if everything's fine. And if it's not fine, then you should trust that once you give it to me, then I'll pay. And that's something that played with my mind. That's why I wrote this email. So anyway, that was my response. And then he said, okay, cool. He said, all right, Helmutin, I believe you. And he sent it. And after that, I released my funding, and I made a few changes, and then I released my funding, because look, this is all the things that was wrong with it. There was spelling mistakes. There was two spelling mistakes. Um, this what I had requested here wasn't done. And a couple of other things were not right. There's a few bugs, and there's still a lot of things to get changed. So look, if I had paid him the installment, then what were the chances he would have done this for me? Do you know what I mean? So make sure you're stern. Make sure you get what you need to get before you release your funding. But be fair. Like, make sure that you're not you don't keep changing the scope on them, as long as you're not kind of saying one thing, one email, and then something completely different in the other email. That is a frustrating process. You got to make sure, if you do that, you have to compensate for it. If you're kind of adding an extra feature that's huge, then hey, pay for it, because it's not in the initial contract. He didn't price that in his quote. So I mean, you have to be fair, right? Anyway, that's what I just wanted to point out. Um, at the end of it, I was like, oh, look, I hope I wasn't too strict with the payment before. Um, but anyway, that's basically what I wanted to show you, just so you guys can learn how to kind of communicate with these guys, and hopefully your project will go smoothly. Anyway, guys, I'll probably catch you in the other videos. See yous.